My name is Daniel Trengove. Scholar, risk taker, athlete. But most importantly, I am a friend to my friends, and son of famous advocate Wim Trengove. To put one of these two cornerstones of my personality to the test, I've spent the past few weeks gathering empirical evidence that I am a good friend, by filming my efforts to find the perfect birthday present for one of my housemates, Cyrus. The problem was, what do you get the man who has everything? Cyrus's own answer to this question,
if you had infinity money, what would you buy?
Was not very helpful.
Get some more rice noodles. Oh, go to Atlas down the road and get some spices.
But one night, with his guard down, he said something that stuck with me.
Hey man, you're alone, but sometimes that's okay.
It suddenly became obvious that what Cyrus really wanted was companionship. I began working furiously with local artists to design a poster that I could put up around our university campus to get Cyrus's name out. Finally, we came up with a design which felt flashy but authentic, not too cold, but not too desperate either. However, just as things were going so well, I discovered that according to the University of Cape Town rules, I had to get the poster authorized by the student council before I would be allowed to distribute them across campus. I felt like my intentions might be misinterpreted, but luckily a member of the council agreed to meet with me so that I could explain my situation. Due to his or her high profile, they requested that we protect their anonymity. Of course, we were happy to oblige, and suffice it to say that our interview could have been with any one of these great student leaders. Okay, so just thanks for seeing me. I really appreciate it.
Cool.
I'll just get right into the questions. I'd like to run you through a hypothetical. So obviously you're a person of stature, I guess, in the UCT community. Do you think that the SRC would approve something like this for campus?
I mean, definitely, I don't think that the SRC would approve something like this. For me, it's definitely bullying. It's portraying a perspective of that person without their permission. And if that isn't taken in any way as negative, which in this case it probably would be by a lot of people, definitely it's bullying, most definitely. And as an SRC, we would definitely never condone something like that.
You know, even if you thought it wasn't this person's, I don't know, best interest or something.
I mean, ultimately, it is not for anyone but that person to decide what their best interests are. And for someone to spread information about that person, either against a person's will or without their knowledge, and that makes a negative perspective of that person, that's bullying by my standards, and just the risk of that happening, and perhaps the legal issues that could be involved of defamation definitely constitutes bullying, even if whoever put that up alleges that it is for the best interest of that person.
The system has failed me. What happens when your leaders become so out of touch with those who put them into power? When they become so obsessed with their titles that they become blind to right and wrong? That they become unable to distinguish between the interests of their careers and the interests of the people who they are meant to serve? Do Do we lay down? The people have not been known for laying down. Do we roll over? The people have not been known for rolling over. What do we do when we no longer see ourselves reflected in our rulers or their laws? We break the laws. We remind our rulers that our cooperation is a gift given in good faith, and when the faith is trampled, we remind them what the people have been known for. That in us, there is something to be afraid of. My mum said she'd pay for me to have my own stamps made, and the tides quickly began to turn. A new day dawned, and after using my custom-made stamp to approve all of my posters on behalf of the Student Council, I put them up in key positions around the University of Cape Town, and people just couldn't get enough. We even got a shout out from UCT Just Kidding, a university meme page, which ensured that another 89,000 people had the chance to see it. But best of all, Cyrus seemed super stoked. But instead of resting on my laurels, I needed some guidance to know I was on the right track. So, I decided to go see the one person who knows Cyrus even better than me.
I'm Belinda Silbert, and I'm a psychic medium.
Belinda Silbert, a Muizenberg-based psychic medium.
And you know, some things appear to be coincidental, but I see patterns everywhere.
This place must have really strong chakras. The first challenge was convincing her to let us record the consultation. Because although apartheid ended in 1994, psychic mediums remain unprotected under the South African Constitution.
The laws in South Africa do not protect any psychics. When I had my TV shows, that all had to run through the legal department.
Okay.
Often I'm at risk because I'm too accurate. I give information that...
I must admit, I was skeptical at first, but the longer we kept on talking, the more convinced I became that Belinda was the real deal.
I am so drawn to your feet. I can't see anything there, but I keep on seeing them crushed and squeezed, and you had an incarnation in which they were broken, and you were this very petite Chinese lady who had to shuffle along. And I feel that it's impacting on your life right now, where you feel limited as a woman.
The idea was to find out what Cyrus's true desires are. In order to do this without making Belinda feel like she's unconsensually violating someone's privacy, I told her I was Cyrus. To ensure an accurate reading, I wore Cyrus's clothes, I smelled like him, and took along a few of his personal possessions, camouflaging myself in his spiritual energy. For this to work, I also had to ensure that I was accurate about the details of Cyrus's life. I was raised in a Muslim household.
Absolutely.
That meant pretending to be Muslim and telling her that I was half Iranian, half Pakistani. This is my dad.
All right. Okay.
This is my mother.
Father looks South American.
Pakistani.
Okay.
This is my where you want that?
Okay. All right.
Oh, here's another one of my mother.
Super.
She's a cutie.
Beautiful.
And every now and then, I would give subtle visual cues to confuse her vibrations. And so, how do I become more aware of my true desires?
By going within.
With her help, I learnt about Cyrus's life journey,
You chose to come into this world before 9/11 when everything changed.
spirituality,
It's not a coincidence you were raised in a Muslim household. It's part of this whole destiny thing to do with the Middle East.
ancestry,
The Shah who died, the late Shah
the most
of Iran,
the most recent
Of
one,
Persia.
or just any of them.
that lineage.
I think
I'm pretty convinced you do it, yeah. I'd love to
Right.
see your DNA.
career,
You'd be wasted if you didn't do surgery, although you have the analytical abilities. Or you could have done dentistry. Your hands, you can, and you can tinker and fix things.
about his friendship with me, Daniel,
It's interesting, he hasn't always been your best friend, he's been your lover in other lifetimes as well.
yeah,
So
makes
the
sense.
dynamic is a convoluted one, it's complicated, it's multi-layered. And there's been disappointments in past lifetimes. This lifetime's about loyalty.
Her insights were confusing, but I felt like my bases were covered and I could keep going full steam ahead.
Sure. So I just shot back to another lifetime of yours, a choir boy in Vienna. But Vienna, I'm interested as the theme, so we've got singing, we've got certain ethos, and the choir boy I'm actually seeing in church, and my God, you hated it.